Hey everyone, this week we're going to be taking a look inside my camera bag and finding out what I've packed for a travel photography adventure. Okay, so currently we're on a cruise to the Norwegian Fjords and I'm really excited to see all that amazing scenery of the fjords and the mountains and the water, and it's going to be fantastic. Normally we would go probably on a camping holiday, we'd have the van, I could pack as much stuff as I like, and it wouldn't really be an issue about trying to pack light. But because I'm on a cruise, I didn't want to bring too much stuff, but I still wanted to capture some great photography. So we're going to take a look in my bag and see what I have packed to try and keep the weight and size down but still have lots of options to get those images. So this is the bag that I usually use when I'm packing light. It's the Vanguard VO Go 32M. So it's stood the test of time. I've had this for a good few years now and it's really rugged, it's doing really well. It's starting to scuff on the back a little bit, but yeah, it's still doing the job. And it's just the right size for all the equipment that I'm bringing with me. So when I open up this top section, inside here I've got my Nikon Z7, which is really small and light, and on there I've got the 24 to 200mm Nikon Z lens. So this is an excellent lens for travel photography. It's got a great focal range from 24 to 200mm. There is the new Nikon Z 28 to 400mm now, of course, and I haven't tried that yet. I do want to check that out and it could be really interesting, particularly if you want to do wildlife photography as well on your trip. But for now, the 24 to 200 is going to be perfectly good for what I want. And as well as that, I've also got the Nikon Z 14 to 30mm. So that's going to cover all my wide angle stuff, and it'll even go to 30mm for kind of regular, maybe street photography, that kind of stuff. So I've got the full range from 14mm to 200 covered there, and that's excellent. On the bottom I've got a little bracket. I normally have a bigger L bracket which would go all the way around the camera, and that would allow me to turn the camera from portrait to landscape format. But because I want to save some weight and space, I've just put this smaller bracket on there. It means I won't be able to do that rotation, but when I've got it on the tripod I can just rotate the ball head, and even though that's not ideal because it puts the weight of the camera over the side of the tripod, it's a small compromise to make when you're saving all that weight and size. So I've also got the little tool on there which I can use to tighten up my tripod, which we'll look at in a moment. It's got an Allen key on there, and also it's got a little screwdriver tool I can use to take the bracket off the bottom. And if we just open the bottom section of the bag now, in here I can pull out my travel tripod. So this is also a Vanguard tripod. It's the VO2 Go 265 carbon fibre. So it's really lightweight, it's really compact, but it does extend to a decent size. And this has served me really well as well. Sometimes I just take this on regular trips. If it's not particularly windy or anything like that, it is really sturdy considering it is so small, and it fits perfectly in the bag, obviously because it's Vanguard. It's perfectly sized to fit in that compartment there. In the front of the bag I've got a lens pen, and I've talked about these before. They're fantastic. I'm not sponsored by them but I really do love them. And you've got one end which you can clean the lens with, and the other end you've got a brush, and that's really all I need. I could bring a cleaning cloth as well, but again, just trying to save all the weight I can, so the pen is all I've brought. And as well as that, I've got two filters. So I've got a polarizing filter and an ND filter. So if I want to do anything with, say, long exposure, I can use the ND. It's only an ND64, but it should get the shutter speed slow enough in daytime just to get some smoothed out water. And I've got the polarising filter just in case it's quite wet or I want to get rid of any glare on water, that kind of thing. I can also double them up because the polarising filter will add another stop of light to make it one more stop slower if I just want to get it even smoother and an even longer exposure. So they're both for the 24 to 200mm, 67mm filter. I don't have any filters for the 14 to 30. So in an ideal world, an ideal situation, I would have filters for that lens as well. But again, we've got to make compromises, and I've just got them for the 24 to 200. I think that'll be fine. And that's about it. So really light, really small, but I think it is going to cover a lot of bases, and I should still be able to get some decent photography with it. So we're going to head out. We're in Olden today, and there's some amazing scenery which I can't wait to explore. So I'll see you when we get outside. Okay, so we're up on top now. Visibility is very low. I think we're going to use the GoPro from now on, so there'll not be much talking, but I will see what photos I can get along the way, and if visibility is just too bad and I can't get anything, then I'll get some when we get back down on the bottom, hopefully get some of the mountains and the lake down there. The 24 to 200 might not be the sharpest lens in the world, but it's much better than you think, and it's so handy having all those focal lengths within one lens. I can get really close down to the huts down there, and even though visibility is bad, I can still pull out some detail, so that's really useful. But I am going to swap to the 14 to 30 now to capture this piled up rock formation here, and the 14 to 30 is a really sharp lens. Okay, so the visibility was really bad up there. I'm back down here now and I'm going to get a shot looking out over the water with the mountains in the distance. I'm actually going to get my tripod out for this one because even though it's really bright light and I don't really need a tripod, I'm going to get a long exposure, so I'm going to pop an ND filter onto here and really smooth out that water. Okay, so what a fantastic day in Olden. I really didn't expect all that snow on the top when we got up on the Skylift. Unfortunately, that did make it quite difficult to see anything. The visibility was very poor, so I couldn't get anything from the top. But when I came down, I did get some shots on the water. Again, it was quite difficult to get good compositions down there, but hopefully something's come out good from those. You'll have seen shots throughout the video. I need to get these on the computer and edit those, so fingers crossed I've got some good ones. I did get some good shots on the boat this morning at sunrise and also at sunset when we left. So I think some of those have come out quite nice. We got the golden hour light. So yeah, again, you'll have seen those already, if so. I didn't use the 14 to 30mm very much today, and there's an argument to be made that I didn't need to bring it, so I could have travelled even lighter and just brought the 24 to 200. But I do have a few days left here in Norway, so it might get some use yet. But that's about it for this video, so a huge thank you for watching. There will be more from Norway next week, so stay tuned for that. If you're a regular, as I always say, I really do appreciate it. But if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed and you'd like to do so, you can just click down there on the big red button. And that way you'll stay up to date with everything I'm doing each and every week. There's a new video every Sunday morning at 10 AM UK time. So, like I said, I hope you'll join me next week for the next one from Norway. But until then, thanks a lot everyone, and bye for now.